Hello, YouTube! Doing more reactions. It is late at night again, and there was three things I was planning on today, and then I was gonna have like regular stream schedule tomorrow. I'm live streaming this on Tuesday, by the way, Tuesday night. Um, I was gonna do Assassin's Creed tomorrow, my normal stream schedule. Gonna plan like just you know maybe spend some time working on some videos and stuff like that. No, I think this week and weekend is pretty much shot. It's just going to be all showcase reactions because yesterday I didn't have time to do everything I wanted. There's a list of showcases. There's an AG French Direct, which I didn't watch. I had to make some cuts somewhere, and there was another direct that I just couldn't find. Another showcase I couldn't find, and I wasn't too sure what it was. I think it was led by one creator, like a single YouTube creator, and I wasn't too sure who they were or what kind of content they had or what kind of controversies they might have. So I just decided to skip out on that one. And I was getting super tired because everything was much longer than I was expected. Today is the exact same, and we have another problem after that. So um, I think by the time you're watching this, the other showcases should be live. I mean, I'm live streaming this right now on Twitch. When I'm done, I'm gonna make thumbnails for the other streams and then post them live on my YouTube. So you're getting them a day late, a day plus a bit late, but they are going to be there. I'm going to try to publish these as quickly as I can because there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So yesterday was the Thinky Direct. That was more like puzzle games and stuff. There was also there was a JRPG indie game show, which was super long, but it was interesting. I'm not a JRPG guy, so um, I don't know. I didn't like write stuff down to wish list that much, but it was cool seeing like all the different kinds of games that are coming out for that genre. So there's a lot of stuff inspired by like Final Fantasy and other things. So it's cool. Um, and then I think there was one other showcase, and I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, so the Evercade showcase. So it was their Volume 4 showcase. That one was super quick. It was actually quicker than I was expecting. And that was also interesting. I don't know if that was a market for me. I am getting more into retro games, handheld games, and physical games. So I feel like it is something that should scream out to me, but I don't know if I've pulled the trigger and jumping into Evercade. You think I should? Let me know in the comments. But today we're doing a couple things. There's three things on my docket. I'm taking one of them out. I'm giving you a little preview right now. One, this is not the first thing that happened today, but I'm doing this one first for a specific reason. This is the Mix Summer Game Showcase. This used to be the Gorilla Collective. This is where we started on Spawn Trap over on our podcast channel, youtube.com/at Spawn Trap Games, where we do group reactions and podcasts. Um, that's where we started this stuff, was the Gorilla Collective. So I feel like this one's more important. There's usually a lot of great game showcase in this thing, and this one is a dedicated games showcase, bringing light to smaller indie titles that don't really have that Summer Game Fest slash E3 time in the spotlight. So this is a very important one. It is long, but there's good reason for it. So we're gonna strap in and enjoy the show for this one here. Next up, I may or may not do, depending on how tired I am and how late it is. It's already late. Um, there's the State of Unreal. Now, I think a couple things might have got leaked for me already, and that one is much longer than I was expecting to. That one's about 2 hours long as well. So I don't know if I have it in me to do a 4 hour reaction stream tonight. I had a very stressful day. It is late, and I gotta wake up early tomorrow, and I already lost so much sleep from the last showcase reaction. As you can tell, I was falling asleep during the JRPG showcase. So I'm trying to avoid that. Um, the other thing that happened today, which I've decided I'm just cutting it. I have to have a limit here. It's the best indie games showcase, which you have that title. I'm definitely going to be interested. That's over 4 hours long. That's longer than these two showcases I'm going to be potentially watching tonight combined. So I do not have the time for that. I don't see where I'm going to have the time for that. So I'm going to skip that. I'm maybe watch it on my own, background noise, write stuff down. I don't know. But I might just look at a blog post and see the list of games that got announced and just check off stuff I'm interested in and want to wish list. So if you want to watch that, it is available on YouTube. Search Best Indie Game Showcase 2025 and you'll find it. It's 4 hours long. I'm not going to be reacting to that. So we're going to do the Mixed Summer Showcase. We're going to maybe do the State of Unreal. And then tomorrow, where I was planning doing a regular Assassin's Creed stream. That's my backlog game. That's what I'm playing. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If you're curious, go check out the live stream YouTube channel. If you want to watch the archives for that, youtube.com/at Til Plays Live. For tomorrow, though, this week, I'm postponing that to next week. It was just announced, as we would have expected, PlayStation's doing a showcase tomorrow. So their PlayStation State of Play right before Summer Game Fest, right before the Switch 2 launch, and right before the Xbox showcase. They just slip it in last minute. So I could potentially be able to watch it live as it happens tomorrow for Spawn Trap. The problem is PlayStation is doing it earlier than they typically do. And it's cutting close for me to really be able to guarantee that I will be there live. I was going to try. I made the call out to Spawn Trap, the rest of the group in Spawn Trap individually to see where everybody's at because this is a last minute big showcase that we should be paying attention to. The consensus is we should do it later. Not all of us are in the same time zone, and it is even the ones that are, it's still super early. So we're going to push it to later that night, which means that cuts into my Assassin's Creed time, but also I feel like I should just be pushing it anyway. There's a lot going on. There's last minute showcases. Um, I I don't know. Maybe want to take a nap before I watch the thing. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I want that extra time. So we're going to push it to later. How late? I don't know because I'm kind of figuring out where everybody's at still, but it seems more likely around 8 p.m. ish Eastern. We'll have to see. Again, I may still be having technical issues with my PC, so I don't know if we'll even be able to make that, but we're gonna try. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid spoilers. We will watch that tomorrow, and then Thursday, I don't have any stream plans. I have plans to go grab my Switch 2, head home, maybe shop for accessories around where I'm buying it if any are available. Um, Sorry, not tomorrow. Yeah, Thursday. Did I say tomorrow or Thursday? Thursday. Thursday, no plans to stream. I plan to go grab my Switch 2, which I should be getting on launch day. Hopefully, there's no delay or anything. Um, but if all goes well, I pick it up that day. I will head home and not play it. I intend to work on the free games video for the youtube.com/@freevideogames because actually, you know what? Maybe we should do the free month next. No, this week. This week is the free month week. Okay. It's going to be a big video. It's going to be about all the stuff you can play for the month of June and during the weekend. And it's really going to be hard to record that video because stuff can be announced in that time during these big E3 like showcases where, hey, stuff's available to try for free right now. So I really don't know. So it's gonna be interesting working on that one this week, and I have a limited time frame to work on it. My intention is to finish that Thursday, and then go live and play Switch 2 stuff on Friday. Just be playing Switch 2 on Friday, and then by the time Summer Game Fest comes around, we're gonna be live reacting to Summer Game Fest. We're gonna react to Day of the Devs and two new showcases on top of the PlayStation one we're going to be adding to that Friday stream. So after Day of the Devs is going to be the Devolver Digital Direct for one game. I don't know what that game is. I haven't been paying attention to what Devolver has been teasing. I feel like they're not as Here's the thing: I haven't been able to keep up with my Blue Sky feed, but I feel like they're not as active on Blue Sky as they typically were on Twitter. But they are active on Blue Sky. And after that's going to be the IOI Interactive. Sorry, IO Interactive showcase for 007. And I think 2 other games. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure what they're going to be showcasing there, but that's all going to be happening Friday night. Saturday, it's going to be an all-day stream extravaganza, starting with the Wholesome Games Direct in the morning, all the way up to the Frosty Game Fest. That's a new thing. I guess we're reacting to that. Sunday is going to be the Xbox Showcase, followed by the PC Gaming Show. Nintendo, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think they're going to be doing anything, but some people are convinced. So we'll see what happens. Right now, I'm wasting so much time, so let's just jump into it. This is the Mix Summer Game Showcase. Let's see what games that they announced today.
What is cracking, fam? It's your man Justin Woodward from The Mix, the host with the most. Play me close like butter plays toast, Iggy. This is the Mix Summer Game Showcase, previously the Guerrilla Collective, but nothing has changed. We are still
getting the
bringing
1080p
summer
going.
barbecue heat for the streets. I'm not alone in this adventure. I'm here with my beautiful wife and game sommelier, Candace Woodward.
Hey Justin, and hey everybody. I'm Candace, and yes, we are firing up the grill to cook with the latest and greatest indie games and developers. And during our time together today, you'll discover a veritable smorgasbord of new releases to put on your radar and your wish list. I'm talking about hot upcoming games that will keep things popping between your cookouts and pool parties this summer and beyond.
That's right. Grab your floaties, Candy. You know, summer
Animal
is on the
Well,
sizzle, and so are the
Grime.
devs. We're keeping it simple, lining up games in several categories that include world premieres, exclusives, and updates from some of our favorite developers and publishers.
And our friends at Valve hooked us up with a Steam event page, so make sure to open up Steam, follow the games on the show, and wishlist the ones that catch your eye. As a
That's the
bonus
plan.
to show you some love for checking out the games, the developers on today's show have blessed us with Steam keys from games in their catalog. So
It's
when you
probably
see the
too
QR
late for
code,
this
grab
for
your
me.
phone, shoot your
That's
shot
what
for
sucks
a
about
tasty
watching
free
this
game.
late
Spiffy.
every year.
Shoot your shot.
Is
This
that,
just the start of our summer show.
I never get to see
This
these
Friday,
giveaways
we are
live.
taking over the rooftop of the Grammy Museum at
I
LA
would
Live
try to
for our in-person
compete, but
showcase, where we will have over 50 games to play. We have more sweet events planned in the up-and-coming months, including the Dope Indie Game Awards, the Fall
my lamp
Showcase,
that bright? Where
and a
it's-
new show
no, okay,
we will
it's-
dig into
yeah,
shortly.
it's something-
Follow The Mix on your favorite social platform to get the scoop on everything we're up to, including new showcases. For more info, visit our website at MediaIndieExchange.com. We are happy to bring back the featured charity for the showcase with Experience Studios. This nonprofit provides diverse professional entrepreneurs in the video game industry opportunities to become successful and build self-sustaining businesses, achieved through accelerator programs and access to funding opportunities. Check out the Tiltify Streamlabs QR code for more information and to donate. Thank you to Twitch for working with us on this charitable cause.
Now, before we dig in, we have to thank our great sponsors who believe in the work we do here at The Mix. We really could not do any of this show without your support, so thank you so very much. And of course, we thank all of our featured dev teams who trust us to share their amazing projects with the world. It's your creativity and talent that truly make events like this possible.
Thank you so much. Kicking things off, we will start with some up-and-coming titles that will blow you away. The games in this group are the freshest of the fresh, the dopest of the dope, and you might even see some brand new projects you didn't know existed, and maybe even some world premieres. Didn't I tell you that the Mix always got your back? Because we do have your back. Keep your wish list locked and loaded, and let's hit play with no delay.
Roll the tape.
roll it. I might try to like cut down time and skip some stuff, but we'll see how we're feeling throughout the day, throughout the night. Although I was so busy today, none of the stuff got spoiled for me, so We're all good. Genuine reactions from me today. To save who remain, you must be fearless. Relentless. Deathless. I think that's just called immortal. Wield power over nature. Oh, that's okay. So you're like using your abilities and your environment as your weapon. Possess your party? This is a weird one to open with. Never's End. Oh, PS5 and Steam. Interesting. I don't think any games are being developed for PS4 anymore, are they?
Where do I even begin? I can think of that vacation, the run-in at the motel, that one argument.
Where did we see this?
It was always the same.
Was this at the horror games
It's
showcase?
been just an awful journey
Yeah,
to get
I think
both
so.
of us here, hasn't it? Where are you, my love?
Oh no, nope. I'm out.
Where are you, my love?
What the fuck?
You're going to ruin us both. For what?
Oh, those intentional camera angles.
Where are you, my love?
The name of the game.
But you'll come back.
Where the hell are you hiding?
You always do.
I think I remember seeing this one.
Now, the audience is thirsty for fun. Time to run.
This was
Now, your denouement has already begun. That means you're done. We could both be pirates on the sea. You'll swap the deck and play a part for me. Mops galore, you'd better keep it
I
clean.
think I've seen this one too.
My little friend, 'cause Sharpspeare's looking mean. I've had enough of you, so time to be my
This might be one I already have wishlisted.
string. I've had enough of you. Oh,
Alright, this is awesome. No, I do remember this one because it's like a furry looking game. Yeah, Billy Bust Up. Yep, yep. Demo's available now. Because it look gameplay wise looks awesome, and I like the vibes of it, but it's it looks very furry like, and I'm like, I don't know if I should get into it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just it's weird for me. World premiere. All right, something new. Okay. A mobile tower defense. I feel like this is not that much different to a regular tower defense. This is becoming rock and road. You're fighting monsters? Bet your fingers. The billionaire killing game. Alright, get me there. The Luigi game. Luigi Simulator. Alright, this is cool. Yeah. It's like an arcade shooter. Oh, this looks sick, man. What? Yeah, it's like a light gun arcade game. Oh, physical release by limited run. Okay. On what? This looks really cool. Neon Inferno. On everything. All right. If it plays on Switch 2. Might get it on Switch 2. So far, Nintendo has updated the compatibility list for Switch 2. That's something that happened, I think, after the last time we recorded a podcast. There's still a bunch of my games that I own in my library that are not compatible. I'm like, alright, cool. So now they're working now? Not quite. But I'm glad they're increasing the compatibility. Stream Elements, I've been live. Where the hell have you been? Did I drop at some point? Alright, looks like yeah, it looks like we're doing the PlayStation Showcase at 8 tomorrow. 8 p.m. Eastern.
The gaming industry isn't just big. It's a colossal $240 billion universe where millions log in, play, and interact daily. And we are going to revolutionize that universe forever with Ryzen. Ryzen is rewarding gamers for doing what they love most, playing video games. The most popular, most adopted, and most fun games. Ryzen will integrate with every
like a
Steam
scam.
account, opening the door to over 100 million gamers.
And all of your
to join
Steam
the Ryzen
information.
ecosystem. And the best part is, Ryzen will let you convert your Steam achievements into real-world rewards. It's time to reward gamers for gaming. Link, play, earn. Ryzen.
Wow, Never End had me speechless. I didn't know I needed a game that combines minifigs with shuffleboard, but here we are.
This is why I love my job. Shout out to Ryzen, which is a sick new platform that allows players to get rewards through their achievements when playing games and also benefits the developers as well. Sign up for that. Before we get to the next category, I want to tell y'all about a new online showcase we're putting together with the crew at Digital Banditos. It's called Indie Fan Fest, and it's not
There's
your
another
typical
one.
showcase. This all-new event will have a special focus on Steam Next Fest. And
This one was
build
just
wish
E3
lists.
weekend, you
One
know.
of the most important contributors to a game's success.
Actually, E3 was a week, but there was like 3 days of showcases, and then there's the media, like, on the show floor thing.
Subscribing for all the updates.
Now post up because we're jumping into some sword swinging action.
There was a point at the end of E3 where I'm like, they tried to force stuff to be a week long. There's like during the pandemic, I think, and I'm like, E3 doesn't need to be a week anymore. Like it could just be a weekend. I think this was at the. Oh, damn, where did we see this one? We have seen it already though. I'm actually interested in playing the sequel of Past RMX on Switch 2. I do like the Wipeout F-Zero games. I don't know how much that game is, but I think it's a launch game. Because the last one was a launch game. So. I barely played Fast RMX actually. Played a little bit during the launch period of the Switch when there was not that many games out. But I definitely didn't put enough time into it. I was playing Mario Odyssey when I got my Switch. I also played that one brawler. I think it was like Knockout something. I can't remember. It was like a Smash Bros clone, but Smash Bros wasn't available at the time. So I'm like, this is the closest thing. Let's play this. I don't think I've touched it since Smash Bros came out. So I have purchased on my PS3 PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale and the DLC because I'm like, that game's gonna be non-existent soon. I might as well get it now.
The elusives are tiny,
and I think it was cheap. I think it's cheap now if you get it, so it wasn't that much money. If you're buying like hey, here's all the DLC costumes and everything, that's way too pricey. I was like, why is it so much money? But core game plus characters, super cheap. This looks cool.
Are the most daring elusives, always seeking adventure and treasure. They're quick and stealthy, using guard cloaks to keep them hidden and invisible to the eyes of humans and predators. Elusive is an adventure and exploration game with Metroidvania elements. The protagonist, Zoe, is a brave raider seeking adventure in the giant world of humans. Along your journey, you will meet other adventurous characters and merchants with whom you can build friendships. In Elusive, you'll explore every nook and cranny of an old haunted house, uncovering pathways and tunnels within the walls that will lead you to hidden treasures. Elusive combines exploration with resource and treasure gathering, crafting, and quests in a giant house interconnected by tunnels. Let's raid together.
Yeah. We're already getting cool games at the start of this, so it's cool. Exclusive. Is that the same thing as world premiere? This is Raw Fury. I guarantee this is showing up somewhere else. A lot happening in this game. I'm just gonna get the soundtrack. You know what I gotta do? I don't know why I'm thinking of this right now. This game looks cool too. I told Jordan for our Marvel podcast, I'm wearing a Marvel shirt. Maybe that's why I'm thinking about it. I'm wearing the Avengers shirt from She-Hulk. I told Jordan we got to make a tier list for, not a tier list, but a ranking list for Marvel Phase 5, MCU Phase 5. So definitely got to work on that. I can work on it during one of these showcases because they're so long. Can I have a separate paper? I already have one ripped from a bot that I had to ban. Wrote it down. Dragon is dead. I'm actually gonna write that one down. That's cool.
The surface is no longer safe for humans. Mutated creatures and viruses force us to live in underground bunkers. Vela is training combat personnel like you to overcome.
What studio
and
did it
reclaim
say
the
this was?
surface. Through the simulation, you can safely learn all the skills needed for actual combat.
I pull
Hello,
this up
I'm
without.
John Ju,
Yeah, okay,
the
good.
developer of Vela.
John Ju.
Through
Oh.
this video, I would like to introduce Vela, a Souls-like training game. Vela provides a perfect simulation.
A Souls training game. I feel like I need that. Because, you know, I definitely need that. I'm not that great.
Souls-like combat techniques, dodging, parrying, and fatal attacks. Block enemy attacks with shields.
Alright, MCU
break their
movies.
stance
I got the
with
list.
perfect timed parries, dodge attacks with quick
Gotta do one for
rolls, and don't
movies
miss the opportunity
and
to
TV
deliver critical
separately.
hits. You can create your own combat style by combining various weapons, shields, and gear. Each piece of equipment has unique characteristics, making strategic choices crucial for victory. From basic straight swords to heavy axes, from small buckler shields to massive tower shields, every choice determines your combat style. After completing your training, you can challenge yourself in a more difficult roguelike mode. This extreme training begins to prepare you for real combat against mutated creatures. Being a simulation, there's no need to fear failure. You can experience new challenges and growth with each attempt. Failure will become another opportunity for learning. When you complete the simulation, you can challenge all the enemies you defeated with your honed combat skills, but a single mistake means starting over from the beginning.
Okay, side talk while this is playing, because I'm not that
Furthermore,
interested in this game.
areas and special challenges await you.
I'm looking at the Marvel Phase 5 movies,
Special rewards will
and
soon you will be able
I know a lot of people
to first
are not a fan of this phase. But for me, there's been one dud. I thought it was okay. And I feel like the rest has been pretty solid. And I'm having a difficult time picking my ranking now. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't know. We'll see. Beta. And I feel like I'm gonna put something lower, and it's gonna be like, that's that low on your list. I'm like, it's because it was a difficult choice. It was like the lowest of the ties between these movies. I don't know if I want to say what my number one is. I'll save it for the podcast. But just a refresher, I like the art style of this right here. This is a refresher of Phase 5 for movies. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Marvels, Deadpool and Wolverine, Captain America: Brave New World, and Thunderbolts. I feel like most people would say every other movie was good. I thought all but one. Even still, I'm like, I like them. I liked all of them, but one's definitely at the bottom of the list, and one's definitely at the top of the list for me. The rest are in the middle. It's like, where do they go?
The throne is a mysterious entity that's dominated the world for centuries, exploiting the land and people for one thing: nectar.
This is cool.
Nectar is everything.
I'm not sure what the gameplay.
Energy, fuel, power. And the throne wants every last drop.
Ooh, I like the slow-mo.
As the world's reserves run dry and the forest itself begins fighting back, the throne has become desperate. So it's employed you, an expert in both sword and soil, to bring nectar to the throne no matter what stands in your way. But melee alone won't be enough. A nectarmancer can alter the very nature of their plants, using them as ammo or ammo factories, providing you with an extremely flexible loadout of projectile and soil-based support. Stay in good graces with the throne, and you might just survive in the Beauty Cult's Nectarmancer.
This looks pretty cool. But I don't know if it's like... Oh, I can't... What? Nectarmancer? Oh my god. I don't know if I'm just like into the art though. Go tiny. Or go mech. Move over Titanfall. We got a new mech game here. So yeah, let me. Wait, is this a party game? You know what? I don't know if I'll like this, but okay. Here's what I'm thinking here. You know what? Now that I'm looking at this list, I think I know what my ranking is. I think. Oh, this is straight up Metroid. This is straight up Metroid map. Okay. This looks okay. I have so many games like this in my backlog already, though, so. It looks good. I don't know. Well, what more do you want from me? Because you got some boss fights, maybe? Little Nemo and the Guardians of the Slumberland? Limited time demo. Yeah! Get a pet dinosaur? I think it. Lost Castle 2. Okay. Go.
Yo, Airframe Ultra is gaming at its peak. It was developed by Video Cult, the team behind Rain World, and published by Acapulco Games. So hype.
And did you see we snuck in Little Nemo, which looks gorgeous? Quick history
Yeah.
lesson. That is based on a story that was written all the way back in 1905.
That is a long time ago, Candy.
Yeah.
I
That's a long
dug the
time ago.
Capcom version back in the day on the NES. So cool. We have to hit that pause button to give some love to Experience Studios, a black-led organization that serves underrepresented communities in the game industry. The Mix enthusiastically supports their efforts through our contributions to their many important and inspiring events. In fact, mark your calendars for the next Black Voice in Gaming Showcase coming to a screen near you on Monday, June 9th at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific. And it's
I gotta let Matt know.
of the Summer Game Fest.
Now, slicing orcs in the face is cool and all, but sometimes
Okay,
you just want
this is
to
another
spend the day
showcase.
crafting, farming, or cuddling with your beloved pet fire lizard. For those types of days, here's the category that'll feature farms, towers, and pets.
Let's get into it with some farms and towers and stuff.
This is definitely not a game for me right here. I'm done with the Minecraft like games. All right. If you did not skip through this farming Minecraft game, you get to hear my ranking of Marvel Phase 5 movies before the podcast. You get the exclusive answer here just because you didn't fast forward through the video during this game here. So, number 1, there's 6 movies altogether this phase. Number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I think that's a clear number 1 for me. Top of the list. That was a great story, great way to cap off those characters, and introduce how the story might potentially go forward with Marvel if they choose to continue with those characters. Next up, Thunderbolts. Don't want to spoil anything. It was a great adaptation, fit for the MCU. Leads into a lot of things. That's where I'm going to leave it. We'll have our full review on the podcast eventually. Deadpool and Wolverine. It was a great movie. It was a fun movie. I put Thunderbolts above it because I felt it was very fan servicey. If I'm looking at, I had fun with both of those movies. If I'm looking at what's a great movie and what's fan service, I tend to lean towards the great movie. So that's the reason why I gave it Thunderbolts above Deadpool and Wolverine. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, number 4. I know a lot of people hated that movie. We liked it. Both me and myself and Jordan. We thought it was a fun movie. We're not diving deep into the special effects of it. We were pleasantly surprised, especially after all the negative reviews. So that's the reason why it's on my list there. The Marvels, I didn't want to put it so low because I feel like higher on that movie than most people. A lot of people hated the movie. I thought it was fun. It has one of my favorite funny scenes in the MCU. I thought the pacing of the movie could have been better. It was way too quick, and it felt like we were moving out of destinations and scenes way too quickly, not giving stuff enough time to breathe. But other than that, I thought it was a fun movie, and I enjoyed it. The villain kind of sucked, but I mean, it was still fun to watch. At the bottom of my list is Captain America: Brave New World. I would say one of the weaker entries in all of the MCU in general. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, because for me, I do like everything. There hasn't been a movie that I've really hated. I thought Thor: Love and Thunder could have been better, like way better. But for the most part, I thought that movie was okay, but it's definitely the weakest of the list here, and that was a no-brainer for that to be at the bottom of the list, in the same way that Guardians of the Galaxy was a no-brainer for that to be at the top of the list. So I got the movie rankings done, and another lull of games where that don't pique my interest, I'll look at the TV shows and I'll make a list for that as well, because I gotta make sure I have that ready before we eventually do the podcast after Summer Game Fest. Hopefully we'll have more time for that. So I thought this was gonna be like a Pokemon creature battle situation, but I have no clue what this is. Battle Your Friends, Nanomon. This looks like just a traditional fighting game with Pokemon-like characters, but okay. I stubbed my toe on my desk just now, and that fucking hurts. Television series. Okay, there's a lot here. Oh man, there's way more TV series than movies. This is why I always say, like, look at the movies. Treat the series, treat the TV shows as bonus. If you want extra lore and stories, you don't have to watch the TV shows. There's some shows where it's like, it's better if you watch them, but for the most part, if you watch a movie, they'll fill you in with what you missed. Okay, I think I know what's at the bottom. Oh, Ironheart's not out yet. We gotta wait for that. That's to the end of the month. Yeah, maybe we should wait for the TV series list. But here's the thing, Fantastic Four is coming soon in July. We need to get that movie list up as quickly as we can. I don't know what I'm watching here. I'll try to make a list as best as I can here. Ritual of Raven. I don't know if we count. Do we count Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? I don't know if we count that. I'll put it on my list. I don't think I count that. Lemmings? Are we bringing back Lemmings? I think we are. Oh my god. What up, Cheddar Ches? Believe it's summer. Summer's freedom? Hell yeah. It's summer. Not only is it summer, it's Summer Game Fest. I think this is a spiritual successor to Lemmings. It's lemmings that are crafting, so it's craftlings. Here we go. Here's the Pokemon game. Oh shit. Choose your buddy. This is a Pokemon game. Okay. Alright. I'm interested. Is there co-op at all? Triple battles. It's like Temtem's all double battles. This game's all triple battles. Oh, you can change how they look. Interesting. You can make your own shinies. Human mode. You can make your own bedroom. That little kangaroo. Look at this thing. Walla Blaze? Team Raccoon. Is it gonna be the same typing chart as Pokemon? Because Temtem had a like drastically different thing. Raptors. Okay. I'll look into that one. That's potential.
They say I'm fading away.
Is this The Last of Us? This The Last of Us.
I need to head up that mountain. My home's up there.
Also, Chad says you're usually on YouTube, right? Sorry, I had to make you go over to Twitch. But yeah, these don't get archived on that YouTube channel, so I'm just live on Twitch for this. It's hard to tell for me for everybody anymore because everything just shows up in one chat for me. So.
PC, PS5,
Oh, I still haven't played the first one.
In this short deep
In my
dive, I
backlog.
wanted to share how we approached the most challenging but most rewarding aspect of the sequel, rebuilding the feel of controlling a fox. In the first game, players told us the movement felt clunky, the collision was frustrating, and jumping wasn't intuitive. And honestly, we agreed. Piloting a quadruped is very difficult in video games and players aren't quite used to it. And from a dev perspective, it's a much harder problem than it seems. So for Spirit of the North 2, we threw out the old system from our first title completely and started over. Most humanoid characters use a capsule collider. That works great when your limbs are symmetrical and your pivot point is in your torso. But with a fox, the capsule becomes oversized and the character rotates from the middle, making it feel like you're steering a shopping cart.
Okay.
We ended up doing something that usually is discouraged, dramatically shrinking the capsule and even letting the mesh stick out. This gave us a tight collision that allowed the fox to move through tight spaces and never bounce off nearby walls. The final movement model was inspired by a kite, where the head leads and the body trails. All the animations needed to be rebuilt to match. But in the end, it felt more natural, responsive, and fun. It took years of iteration, but the difference is something that you will definitely feel when you play. The other big issue to address was jumping. We wanted the precision of scripted jumps without the immersion-breaking ledge markings seen in other games. So we built what we call target jump system. And the targets are placed procedurally in real time. The system evaluates dozens, if not hundreds of factors and conditions in real time. It is easily the most complex
If anybody played
system
this and
I've ever created,
thinks this
and also
game
the most
is up my
satisfying.
alley, let
But
me
we
know.
didn't stop there. If you're sprinting,
I'm pretty sure I
the
own the
procedural
first game. I
targets
just
switch
haven't
off.
played it yet.
You get a more reckless, longer jump, perfect for covering distances fast in a huge open world. The balance between freeform movement and target
I feel like
locked
the amount
precision
of
is what makes
digital games
traversal in
I
our game
own.
so fun and fox-like.
I feel like whenever I make a
That's it for
will,
now.
I'm
There
gonna
are
have to
many more
include my
improvements we made to the Fox
Steam gamer
character,
tag and
including
password.
animations, morphs, grooms, skins, abilities,
Like,
and more.
Like,
But
I
for
need
now,
somebody's got to own
I
my
hope this
digital
gives a sense of
collection.
how
I know
seriously we take our player
Valve
feedback
says
in
nobody
game
does. When you
improvement.
die, you lose your
We are
collection,
grateful
but
for the players who
fuck
play
you,
our
Valve.
games and help guide our designs. We still have plenty to learn, but we're really proud of where our character has landed. Spirit of the North 2 is now available on PC, PS5, and Xbox X and S. Thanks for watching.
Cool. Oh, speaking of Temtem, we got the Swarm game. I've never played this one. This is all that they promote now because they've given up supporting the original Temtem game. It seems like all of their efforts are into this, and it feels like most people like this game over Temtem. I don't know why. I really like Temtem. Temtem's a great game. It's a great Pokemon alternative. Yowler? Oh shit. Are there Temtem exclusives to this game? I don't think I've seen that before. Granted, I haven't unlocked everything in that Temtem Dex. EB Games had Temtem on sale for like $5, but it wasn't sold online, only in stores. And my local EB didn't have any in stock. And I'm like, I would have liked to put like on Switch. I would have liked to own a Switch copy because I got a Steam copy. But I'm like, $5, that's perfect. I'll buy it again. But yeah, I'm not. I don't think I played for full price for the exact same game just on Switch. I can keep playing it on Steam, but.
You're looking a little green there, Frog.
Is this what Team LFG is referring to when they say frog type games? Is this a frog type game? You're playing as a frog. You know what? Going on the list. Big hops.
What's up, guys? My name is Clint Sparks, and I'm the founder and
Hi, Clint.
CEO of the Global Gaming League. You know, we as gamers know that gaming is the fastest growing form of entertainment in the world. Makes more money than
Is it?
movie, music, and television industries combined.
It
but
was
it's
at one
still
point. I don't know if it
disconnected
still
from
is.
mainstream pop culture and the streets. That's why I'm here today with Media Indie Exchange, the home of discovery and innovation in the gaming world, to get you guys familiar with the future of gaming. Welcome to the Global Gaming League.
Live from Las Vegas, introducing the Global Gaming League, a league of celebrity-owned teams playing both new games from Call of Duty and Valorant to retro games like Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and Tetris, and everything in between. A first-of-its-kind, multi-game title league where gaming, music, sports, fashion, and culture converge. This is not a traditional esports league. The GGL is a gaming entertainment league that combines the competitiveness of traditional sports leagues,
I gotta spin the chain.
theatrics and storylines like the WWE,
Fight me! You keep pressing A. Actually fight me.
I'm pressing Y.
and the fanfare and rivalry of the UFC.
No thrusting.
Attracting legions of new fans, real celebrities, real entertainment.
Why? Why all of this?
Everybody games, so we build something for everybody, giving gamers around the world
Was that
a chance
was
to
that
compete
Stella Chan?
and build a real career as a gamer.
Your mama could even play if she got skills.
The Global Gaming League will connect cultures, build international bridges, uplift underserved communities, and close age gaps while making gaming a
It will bring world peace.
pop culture phenomenon.
The Global Gaming League starts now.
We got hustled. These guys are pros. My 5-year-old is better than me at Tetris.
Global Gaming League.
I am looking forward to the Tim update, and as always, Spirit of the North 2 looks beautiful and fantastic. Much love to the Global Gaming League for pushing things to new heights regarding innovation in gaming entertainment. Looking forward to
Should I play
partnering with them
Temtem
in
Swarm?
the future and all of their endeavors.
Absolutely. Oh, snap, Justin. It's key giveaway time. Thank you to the generous donations of our participating developers throughout the show. Just scan the QR code on your screen to cop them freebies and follow Media Indie Exchange on all your socials to stay in the know. While I'm hitting you with the reminders, go visit the Mix Summer Game Showcase event page on Steam to see all the titles we're featuring today and wishlist the ones that tickle your fancy. Our devs benefit from growing their wishlist numbers, so don't be shy. Cool? Cool.
Extra cool. Definitely the ones that tickle your fancy. Next, we will karate chop into the next segment, which features games from flying fists to fearsome bosses. This category has some titles that are straight crack. So let's rock into the next seg.
Where's X-Men 97 land in this? The sizzle reel. Okay. What am I looking at? So 4-player. Is it just you do your own colors thing? Okay. Oh, this seems like complicated. Okay. Maybe it might be a fun 4-player game. What? Is that a lion? Superpowered soccer players? Oh my god! No, this is actually pretty sick. What? That's okay. That's that's so cheap. Just use telekinesis to put the ball in. I'll play free now. Was it Football League Heroes? Yeah, we're in the multiplayer block of games. A gentleman's dispute. Okay. Oh shit, are we reaching the end? No, we're about halfway through, I think. Big giant boss mechs. Oh, that looks sick. Just controlling giant mechanical arms off to the side of you. Bakudo. Cool. Are you a giant bug? Need water. Hold on.
I told you, mind your own business. Got myself a shiny new chrome, wanna touch my skin, but this flesh not yours to hold. I won't phone police, cause pigs never did nothing for me. I couldn't have done on my own. Oh, peace. Dance with the beast in my mind. A rough sleep intertwined with the sheets. A tough beat, but I'ma find my release. No trigger warning that's gonna squeeze. Where's God? He must have skipped my house when Joy was.
Alright, I'm still looking at the MCU list here. If I'm including your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, I'm including X-Men 97. I don't know why it's not on the wiki. Because neither are the MCU. They're just both the same Marvel team, which isn't true anymore because they split off the team. I got people had like the same argument over Marvel TV shows before Disney Plus. Like, oh, it's a different team. I'm like, not really. I guess by name, they're still the same company. And then they're like, yeah, but it's not Marvel Studios. Now the new stuff isn't Marvel Studios. So I'm like, there's no argument that those aren't MCU either. Like, what the fuck?
This is an open-world action comedy game and a direct sequel to the first Troublemaker, taking place 3 years after the event of the original game. In this sequel, we're diving deep into the themes of dreams and drugs, two of the biggest inner battle we often
The
face
voiceover is
as we
way
grow
too
from
quiet.
teenagers into young adults. We now have two main protagonists, Woody the Cipta Last Champion, returning main character from the first game, and Jordan Santoso, the pianist from the band Beyond Dream. The contrast in their fighting style and the story perspective will create a much more intense and emotional narrative, as we witness their journey through struggles chasing their dreams. Unlike the first Troublemaker, which was limited to high school, this time you are free to explore South Jakarta, a city inspired by a place across Indonesia, including Jakarta and my hometown, Pacitan City.
Okay.
And yes, Troublemaker 2 is our first ever open world game, following the Troublemaker 1, which was our debut action game. In this city, you discover tons of unique side stories, reflecting the real voice and daily life of South Jakarta people. Wacky and creative minigames hidden in unexpected corners. And of course, since Beyond Dream is now part of the character roster, you can visit their studio, jam with the band, and play original song from the game.
Okay. I'll be honest, I've been getting into Yarg, yet another rhythm game, which is basically Clone Hero but Rock Band, and you have the full band experience and just a lot more features I find than Clone Hero. And it's like, why would I play any other like Rock Band like rhythm game? Even if it's like a mini game mechanic, I'm like, I don't know. Got Yarg now.
Hello, I am Ramon Nafria from Language Studio, and I want to present you Army Moves Over the.
Okay. Damn.
Army
Wait, what?
Moves Overdrive is a reimagination of Army Moves as if it was developed these days.
Good.
And what is Army Moves? Army Moves is a game from 1986 for several microcomputers: ZX Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, Commodore Amiga, Atari
Okay.
ST, MSX, and even
They
some
acquired
of
the rights?
oldest PCs with the CGA, graphic cards, and this type of things. It began a series of games that include Navy Moves, Arctic Moves, and more recently, and not official, Space Moves. It is one of the best sellers of what is called the golden age of Spanish video games development. It
Okay.
will be an action game with some twists in its mechanic, like stealth, use of vehicles, and the best slap movement in the history of video games. We want to release Army Moves Overdrive to all modern devices, if nothing strange happens, next year. We expect you to enjoy it.
Okay. So they're modernizing this game. Just slap that guy?
Overdrive. Dunwich.
Alright. Cooperative. Turn-based. Clean them up. Washbuckler. I feel like they should put wash list, not wish list.
Games disappear, support ends, memories fade.
Yep.
But not here.
Yeah.
At GOG,
I'm following
we
these
believe
guys
that
on
if
Blue
you
Sky.
buy a game, it should be yours forever.
Oh no, wait, this
That's
is.
why back in November,
I don't know
we
why.
launched the GOG Preservation Program.
That's
A
right.
promise that
GOG
games
President.
will keep
Okay.
working even if
I
they're
don't know why.
delisted or no
I'm still
longer
not used to that new
officially
logo.
supported.
That
6
was a
months
different
in,
organization.
we've
I'm
already
following
added
so many different
60
ones.
titles to the program. Here are some of the best you can play right now.
Heroes of Might and Magic 3 and 4. Oh yeah, that's been yeah. Oh, interesting. Man, they're putting some notable ones on this. The Witcher.
And what's coming next?
Oh.
You'll want to stick around.
Okay. I've noticed some stuff in there. That's good. It's a great initiative.
Where are my old schoolers at? One of those games gave me serious Sega Soccer Slam vibes for real.
It's a good initiative because I'm getting like more concerned with
GOG for keeping it thorough
games just
with their
dying.
mission and keeping games alive.
Yeah.
Now we're going to keep things going with some creepy horror, comedy horror, FPS games, and action. Let's go.
All right. There's a list of stuff there.
I have to save them all. Even when the city resists, with everything it has. Sometimes it feels like everything is in my hands. Even time. If my patient dies today, I saved them yesterday.
Time travel?
first. It seems to be working, but I can't save everyone with my own hands. The city is dying from others' mistakes. And I try to fix them. I take control, and the city stops resisting. Everything becomes possible. A vaccine, the immortal man, order, the Inquisitor and the army, impossible structure, the plague made flesh. This can't just be a dream.
So, effectively, you became the head of an emergency task force, using any means to fight the plague. Tell me, Dankovsky, before and after, were you always aware of the consequences of your actions?
Air box. Oh, sick. Oh my god. There's a lot of different stuff happening in this game. Okay, hold on. I gotta write this down. But silly X all these. Damn. That's a big ass tractor. Damn. Is this gonna be like my Shadow of the Colossus alternative here? Where you're taking on big mechs? It might be.
Hey everyone, I am Max and I am Isla Creative Director at Pulsatrix Studios, and I am here to introduce our game to you guys. In Isla, you will play as Samuel, a beta tester responsible for testing a range of new technologies in the year 2035. One day, you receive a new VR dev kit with an inbuilt artificial intelligence promising of being capable of developing horror experiences in real time based on the user's neural activities and active feedback. But the resources it uses to create the most immersive experience possible are the same weapon which will imprison Samuel. As virtuality merges with reality, you must use everything in your power to free yourself from this tailor-made psychological torture device as the lines blur between what's real and what isn't. You will have to face your innermost terrors in a true survival horror filled with challenging enigmas, an oppressive and intense atmosphere, and visceral combat against grotesque abominations. Isla is a homage to classic games of the genre, such as Resident Evil and Silent Hill, through both mechanics and thematic resonance. In some of the levels, you will be through the paces of true psychological horror, and in others, survival will be the key to get through. Discover the truth behind Isla, but be careful. Some of your choices that you make will affect the ending that you get. Arm yourself with a great arsenal when the task ahead demands it. Do what you must to survive. We hope you enjoyed this peek into Isla. Please consider wish listing on Steam as it really helps us
Not
out.
for me.
Thank you.
Sorry. We're getting into the filler block here for me. It usually happens during these showcases. It starts off with like, oh, here's a bunch of awesome games you're gonna enjoy, and then it gets to the point where it's just like, here's just a bunch of random filler that you're not gonna care about, and then at the end it's like, here's some like really big ones that we're gonna end the show with. Alright, I'm using this time for the MCU list here. I'm looking at the shows and I'm trying to remember what I thought about a lot of these here. My biggest conundrum is, where do the animated stuff fall in? Because I really don't think we should be including these, but it's what it is. Oh, we're including both of those? Okay, yeah. And the K.
Gee, fellas, this looks like a job for the
Oh,
Toxic
yeah.
Crusaders. It's cleanup time.
Okay.
How dare you hit my beautiful little angel, Mom? Next time, I'll handle this.
This is very 90s right here.
Our nation's future burger flippers.
Shove it, old man. We're the American Revolution.
One bite of that processed slop and the good people of Tromaville will be transformed into a ravenous horde of drooling monstrosities.
Say, Coxie, did our nation's educational system always include rampaging student gangs and a giant radioactive squirrel?
End of the line, Toxic Crusaders!
E3 2025, alright. Cool.
Boomstick for an arm. Chain
Another boomer shooter.
the might of ball storm.
I've seen a lot of these on Sunday.
This kind of power, no one can stand in your way.
steel press. I'll be docking at Orca Isle at approximately 1300 hours. Over. He's part man, part shotgun. This Captain Wayne guy is the biggest menace these waters have ever seen. Once he has his sights on something, he'll stop at nothing to get it, and all that stand in his way are reduced to mist. There's no army nor fleet that can stop his fury. What?
It looks fun. I just don't know.
No, sir. You've got Detective Stanley Steel Press on the job.
Was that Inspector Gadget? Wait a minute.
You talk a lot of big game there, Gumshoe. But if it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I like the style. That's the only thing. Looks like it could be fun though.
Captain Wayne's Vacation Desperation. Wishlist now on Steam.
Vacation
Well, go
Desperation.
on already. What are you still doing here, man?
More showcase. Okay. It's interesting. Damn. Wait, is that a boss? Holy shit. Well, these look like they could be tough bosses. Moros Protocol. World premiere. What do we got? Guess I getting the good stuff now. Okay. First person action horror. Unhide, escape. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that was Neon Doctrine, which they make some pretty awesome games that I follow, but it's time to go to hell. Another boomer shooter with a card-based perk system. All right, here's MCU Phase 5 dilemma that I'm having here for our ranking list before whenever we do our podcast. I'm torn between Holy Shooter or Holy Shoot.
Pathologic
I'm
looks
torn
very
between
dreamy and
the bottom of
super
the list.
atmospheric. In contrast,
Secret
Captain
Invasion
Wayne is
or
super over the top
Echo.
and fast paced. I love that team. They are so cool.
Which one did I like better? Which one did
All
I
right, game fans, we
dislike
are cruising
more?
to the finish line. I hope you've enjoyed the show so far, and thank you for sticking around for this last set of games. Up next, we are jumping into some deck building games, a genre that took the indie world by storm a few years back. And the genre's popularity doesn't seem to be letting up, as the next collection of games makes clear.
We also have a few RPGs bringing that classic old school feel and JRPG flavor. Plus, for the dice rolling fans, we got a game that really captures the freedom of playing a classic tabletop adventure. Are you excited yet? But without further ado, let's check out some Dungeons, Dragons, and deck building games.
All right. So the ending of the show over. Was this not at the beginning of the showcase, or am I confusing this with seeing this somewhere else? I swear I just watched this. Literally just watched this, didn't I? I think they're showing this. They're showing the same game twice in the same showcase here. Okay. I'm pretty sure we've already seen this one at the beginning of the showcase.
Hey, I'm Christopher Bodegård, the developer of Esoteric Ebb. In Esoteric Ebb, you are the cleric, a glorified civil
Like another
servant
10
in a
minutes,
fantasy
15
metropolis
minutes.
on the brink of its first ever election. The events of Ebb's
Alright guys,
are sent to investigate
we got a lull
an
here.
incident, an explosion.
I think I have my Phase 5 TV list. Well, I feel like there's some, wasn't there like specials and stuff?
Your experience will
Sure.
radically differ with each playthrough. Your political alignment, how you approach a quest, and
Abandon
your
or pause projects.
are all affected by your ability scores.
Oh yeah,
The stats will
Okoye
chime
and
in nudge
yeah.
you in directions that align with their personalities. Not
There's
always
stuff
to your
missing here, I
benefit.
swear.
Ebb is all about being the player at the table, making the most interesting decisions, and finding your own unique solutions. Whenever a challenge appears, a 20-sided die will be rolled. Then you add or subtract any modifiers to reach that final number. If you find a challenge you couldn't possibly succeed at, there are always ways to make your life easier. Explore the branching dialogues, gather information from around the
Yeah,
city,
should look at
and wield mighty spells to improve your chances.
special presentations.
Every little choice matters and will affect how the cleric navigates sticky situations.
Oh, space. There was nothing in Phase 5.
Steam
Oh.
for updates on our road to launch. Thank you.
Oh, where did Iron Groot land?
Hi, I'm Ryan Yallier, studio director for Fangamer and one of the developers of the new version of Alt.
2023?
Alt is a 2008 indie RPG that went on to inspire games such as One Shot and Undertale.
That Phase 5?
Fangamer is working with the original creator Mortis Ghost to provide an updated version for modern platforms. Let's take a look at the all-new combat system.
Second season, also with 5 shorts, was released as part of Phase 5. Yeah, so I am Groot's in here too.
We'll have the batter do a
I'll put
basic
Iron
attack.
Groot at the bottom of
And
the list.
Alpha will do a competence from the competence menu. In this case, we'll choose saturated string for additional damage. Omega will also do a basic attack. But if you notice, Omega is charging up. If you look at his meter in the bottom right, it is actually going twice as fast and is spiking up. This means that it's going to do a critical hit in the next turn.
Where was She-Hulk?
That way,
Was
we
She-Hulk
choose
Phase
a
4?
big competence to ensure that we purify the enemy. We'll go
I think it
through and
was
do a
actually, yeah.
saturated string and a basic attack.
Oh, it's
And if
Phase
you notice,
5.
The batter also is spiking up, but it got confused. Not all critical hits are to your advantage. We'll have to be able to quickly dispatch the enemy if we want to make sure that we don't get any additional damage. The song you are listening to, by the way, has been created by James Roach, one of the musicians of our all-new soundtrack. We're going to go
Okay.
up against the same pair of enemy in the exact same way. We're going to start with an attack, a saturated string.
Oh my god, She-Hulk ended Phase 4. I didn't
One of
realize.
the enemies is going to charge a critical hit.
Okay.
We're going to change our tactics and see if we can try and take down that enemy before the.
Alright, if you didn't fast forward, you get another treat. My official list for Phase 5 rankings for MCU before we talk about it eventually on the podcast. Number 1, Loki. I was super surprised, Loki Season 2. I thought it was really well done. Definitely one of my favorite things, TV series wise for Marvel for sure. 2, Daredevil Born Again. I had some like slight problems with Daredevil Born Again, which I don't know if I'll fully delve into in the podcast. But overall, good show, nice way to pick up the series. Netflix, it does not live up to the Netflix show, but it's a good attempt, and I think it's worth watching. 3, technically not on this list. I had to include it though. X-Men 97. So good. I was blown away by how good that show is, and they brought it back from a 90s show that I grew up watching. I don't feel holds up today, other than the themes, but they took that to like, hey, let's make the themes more relevant today, and let's adult up this show, and it was so well done. Number 4. Didn't expect to put this high on the list. Agatha All Along. First half of the series I was into just because it was the Halloween season. I think that's when you have to watch it. You got to be in the mood for it. The second half of the show took a turn where the writing was just incredibly good, and it turned around the show for me, and I thought just with that second half made it a show that I was not expecting to like as much as I did. So number 5, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I feel like this should not be on the list, but apparently it is on the list. This is not in the MCU. This is inspired by some events in the MCU told in an alternate way to fit a new animated cartoon. And the story's very well done. Despite the loser playing the voice of Peter Parker and worrying about the show being too woke, who does not know what that even means and what he's talking about, because the show is woke as fuck. So if you want a woke as fuck Spider-Man show, definitely watch Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, of which the voice actor does not think it is. He's wrong. Doesn't know what he's talking about. Next in the list, What If? I guess seasons 2 and 3. I think I put it that high. It would have been lower if it was just season 3. I kind of like soured on What If. It's still a cool and interesting and fun show. I don't think I'm gonna be into this game, so I'm just gonna keep talking. So yeah, if you want just some like extra stories based and inspired by MCU events that don't really affect anything in the MCU, it's just like fun little side stories. then it's a show that might be worth watching just for the fun discussions and different takes. But it's ultimately not an important watch, and is, I think, the most skippable thing in the MCU. MCU, it's not really MCU adjacent, MCU inspired. Next up, Secret Invasion. I feel like most people would have this at the bottom of the list. I only have it not at the bottom because I think I liked it just a little bit more than Echo. And Echo was like a huge disappointment for me. I think the reason why I have Echo lower is because I hyped up Echo. Echo is a badass character. The actor for it, Echo, did a really good job. There's nothing against her. I think it was just a weak story. A lot of stuff didn't make sense, and it didn't live up to the hype in my head for me. So that's the reason why it's so low on the list. And then I'm throwing this in there because I don't know why it's not part of the list if your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is. I Am Groot. That's the most MCU out of all of these animated series. Why isn't this on the list that I saw online? I am definitely not a huge fan of I Am Groot. I think it's fine for what it is. I think they're just not for me. Just little side shorts that could be like in the opening of a Marvel movie, like as like, hey, here's a fun little, like they used to do like Disney stuff, or Pixar stuff. They just throw in like those fun little animations before the main movie. That's pretty much what I Am Groot is, but in like a compact little mini season. So, yeah, that's my official Phase 5 TV and series list right there. We'll talk about that on the podcast eventually. But I have my official rankings now. The only thing that's not on the list is Ironheart. And I am hyping up Ironheart in my head, so I'm hoping it's not as big of a letdown as Echo was. But I'm hoping it's higher in the list. And I'm very much looking forward to and excited about Ironheart. I guess all the other stuff coming out this year, which is, I think it's just animations for the rest of it. Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, and I can't remember what else. If there is anything else, I guess those are not Phase 5. Those are Phase 6 because Fantastic Four officially starts Phase 6. So we don't need to include those. Yeah, look forward to Hit Pause MCU for the Spawn Trap channel for our Marvel podcasts, and we'll discuss that more then.
Let me hear your breath. And never again.
Something to knock out during these long showcases. Souls like deck building. We are reaching the end. We gotta be getting the big stuff soon. I feel like we're still looking at games that should have been at the beginning of the showcase. The volume also just changed drastically. But I do like the music. Do I have time for the State of Unreal? I'm gonna be pushing it. For sure. Dark Cards of Candlewood.
Love seeing that update for Nocturne. It is such a slick title, and I am definitely going to add it to my wish list. Now make sure you go to the Steam event page and wish list your favorites from the last segment, as well as all others from today's show.
Wow, Candy, I cannot believe it's over already. Unfortunately, Even the best indie game showcases eventually come to an end. Remember to visit the Mix.
Is that it? That's what they're ending on, is the Dark Cards of Candlewood?
Featured titles can be found. You may learn you missed
God
something
damn.
awesome. Wishlist now and live your life free of regrets later.
I did write down a lot of
Once
games.
again, thanks to all the devs who
So
participated.
this was a good
in today's
showcase. A lot of good stuff. It was weird. It was a weird order of the games. Other than that, there's some good stuff in there. I enjoyed.
Joystick Ventures, Neon
Tripwire? What was the Tripwire game?
Retroware, Silver Lining, Top Hat, Tripwire, XD Network, Inc., GOG, ID at Xbox, and the Global Gaming League, Raw Fury. And Fully Illustrated, y'all are the best of the best. Don't worry, folks. The Mix will return sooner with another showcase filled to the brim with a new assortment of astonishing indie games. While you're waiting, be sure to follow us so you don't miss any important announcements or upcoming events.
So Monday, June 9th is
So keep your socials
I was actually hoping to have that day free, but I could not.
For the next Black Voices in
That's
Gaming
too late
Showcase
on
coming Monday, June 9th
yep,
at noon
Black Voices in
Eastern,
Gaming.
9 a.m. Pacific.
I would have been able to react to that if I prepared ahead of time sooner. So unfortunately, I'm missing that one. Maybe Matt wants to watch it. Maybe he's able to host it. I'll see what
And
he
I'm
says.
Candace Woodward. Thanks again for having me, Justin. I cannot wait to the next one.
We will see you soon. Peace.
Bye. All right, that's the Mix Summer Showcase.
I can't believe that I just bounced, put on my soft clothes, grabbed a controller to play games without saying that there is a bomb that's going to drop on Saturday, June 7th with a plethora of indie game showcases. You guys got to check
We'll be there.
Wholesome Direct, Women-Led Games,
Yep.
Latin American Game
Yep.
Showcase, Southeast Asian
Yep.
Game Showcase, Green Game,
Nope.
Frosty Fest Games.
Yep.
That is all in one day, ladies.
We're missing Green Game Showcase because the future game shows at the same time.
Turn it on and tune in for some awesome
Okay.
stuff.
Let's see what Matt said. That was the thing that he was looking forward to. I'll see what he said. Says he's in a different time zone. He might be, because that's super early also. But I'll be busy. I'll be working. He might be available. I don't know. So I'll see what he says. Otherwise, maybe we'll plan a delayed reaction to that. Because, you know, that was the one he commented on wanting to watch. So, and he hasn't been around for Spawn Shop content in a bit. He was going to be on the last podcast. Unfortunately, I believe he got sick, so he couldn't make it. But he did want to be available for some showcases, and he did mention interest in that. So we will see. But for the remainder of those showcases, except for the Green Game Showcase, we should be reacting to those live on Saturday, part of our official schedule. For Spawn Trap, also for Spawn Trap, Wednesday, tomorrow. So by the time you're watching this on YouTube, it's probably already happened. But for live stream, if anybody's looking, Real Cheddar Chez is still here. Tomorrow, we will not be able to watch the reaction will not be able to watch the PlayStation State of Play that just got announced last minute, live on Twitch and YouTube. We will have to delay that to later in the day. We're looking around 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm getting confirmation from everybody, but it looks like it should be me, Icy Arrow, Lumi, maybe Court if she's available, because at the live stream time she said she'll be working. I would be just ending work. Same with Lumi if we were to watch it live. So like maybe we can make it rushed on time if we're lucky. So it's a good idea that we're pushing it. So yeah, maybe there will be 4 of us. I did get a response from Jordan, and he said maybe. It looks like he's having technical issues, so he might have to figure that out before he's able to join us. I don't know if he will, but hopefully, yeah, it's still here, yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to do a reaction with enough of us for the PlayStation State of Play. I gotta figure out my technical issues with OBS and Discord and crashing when I'm trying to resize the cameras, because we're gonna have, if everybody shows up, we're gonna have a lot of people on one screen, and any slight movement I do on OBS is gonna crash the stream, and I don't want that to happen. So I gotta figure out my technical issues there. And hopefully we can have a proper PlayStation State of Play reaction. Luckily, we're doing it later, so we can try to figure out the technical issues on the fly and then hit record when we're all ready. But we'll be reacting to it in a live stream. So there will be a stream for it, and then it will be archived on YouTube to watch later. And again, for the rest of Spawn Trap Summer Game Fest, we're going to be reacting to the stuff on Friday. I will be here for the main Summer Game Fest show. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to join me, but I will leave the Discord open, see if anybody from the group is going to be able to show up. After Summer Game Fest is Day of the Devs, then recently announced Devolver Digital Direct for one game. And then following that, IO Interactive Showcase for, I think, 3 games, one of them being 007. So that should be fun. Saturday is going to be an all-day streaming fest. You saw the schedule there. The Mix put it up on the screen. We're reacting to everything except for the Green Games Showcase because we're going to be reacting to the Future Game Show instead. So pretty much the same schedule except replace Green Game Showcase with Future Game Show. And then Sunday is going to be the Xbox Showcase, followed by the PC Gaming Show. And then I guess Monday, maybe we'll do a reaction to Black Voices in Gaming. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, and I'll have to discuss that with everybody, see where everybody's at. For me, though, should I do the NVIDIA, or should I do the State of Unreal? Because it's 2 hours long. Or should I try to do that Thursday? Because I'm gonna have I think I'm gonna have my Switch 2 on Thursday, and I also need to work on the video on Thursday, if I can. I don't know. Yeah, and then tomorrow's gonna be PlayStation. I'm not gonna have time for that for PlayStation. So yeah, I'm not doing an Assassin's Creed stream tomorrow. That's gonna be pushed to next week. I think I'm gonna wait on the State of Unreal because it's 2 hours and I don't know if I have it in me tonight. So I'm gonna push that one. I'll do that one later. I gotta work on getting the other reactions up tonight for that I did yesterday. So those should be up soon. So I don't know. Maybe sometime on Thursday or Friday, I might do a State of Unreal reaction. My intention is to work on the free games video and then play Switch 2 stuff up until Summer Game Fest starts. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. This weekend's too busy. It's like the worst weekend for a Switch 2 launch. I just want to be able to play it. So yeah, make sure that you're following Spawn Trap specifically this weekend. If you want to see my live streams, gameplay live streams, go follow the Til Plays Live YouTube channel, or twitch.tv/Til Plays. That's where I do my regular live streams. Spawn Trap will be live on Twitch as well at twitch.tv/SpawnTrapTV. If you prefer to watch on Twitch. Again, all that stuff's going to be archived on their YouTube channel, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@SpawnTrapGames. If you miss anything and you want to watch it later, that's where it'll be. The free games channel, youtube.com/@FreeVideoGames. I tell you about free games you can play every weekend, and then this weekend's gonna be a big one because it's gonna be stuff that I don't know, and also whatever games I can find for the month. So it'll be a big video. I gotta be able to. That's why I want to spend Thursday night working on it, so that way I can have Friday during the day to play Switch and then do the showcase for Spawn Trap later. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for the PlayStation showcase tomorrow. I don't know what they're going to show off. I would like to see updates for Wolverine. That's probably my biggest thing. I would like to see updates for Intergalactic. I doubt we're going to get that. Maybe during the Summer Game Show or Summer Game Fest, they'll talk about it. I doubt they'll have anything to show. Last time was just a cinematic teaser. But we'll see. Anyways, what game were you most excited about in this showcase that you were wishlisting? Let me know in the comments. down below. What's your MCU Phase 5 ranking? Let me know in the comments down below as well. Although maybe you should save it for our Marvel podcast instead. And then, yeah, hopefully we'll see you at Summer Game Fest. Have a good night.